I'm about to break open the Laphroaig quarter cask. Interestingly, this particular whisky has been aged in small quarter casks. Quarter casks were made because if you can imagine trying to get a couple of guys to pick a full cask of whisky up, or anything really, it's pretty heavy. You're not going to get two guys to pick it up, whereas a quarter cask, two men could pick it up. It'd be pretty heavy, but you know, two guys could pick it up and put it on the back of a pack horse, whereas again, you're not going to get, you know, a pack horse carrying a full cask of whisky. So the idea also behind it is that with a smaller cask, you get more of the cask flavour, because of course more of the whisky is in contact with the outside of the cask, or the I should say the inside of the cask, but the wood. So what do we have on the back here? Okay, in the 19th century, Scotch whisky was frequently transported across the glens in quarter casks, which fitted on a pack horse. That's what we were just talking about. When progress sounded their death knell, it also banished the greater intensity of maturation created by the smaller container, which offers up to 30% more contact between the oak and the liquid. Laphroaig today breathes new life into the tradition, still maturing whisky from our standard ex-bourbon barrels is transferred to quarter casks and left to rest in our warehouse just a stone's throw from the Atlantic shore. This increased oak contact creates a soft and velvety edge to complement Laphroaig's distinctive peatiness. The finish is long and alternates between sweetness and smoke. Then there's just a little note here. Please note that any cloudiness when mixed with water is normal for a whisky that hasn't been chill filtered, but instead barrier filtered only, the method used when quarter cask was king. So they've gone back to the old days to make a new whisky. All right, let's break this open. As with all the Laphroaigs, your passport to Islay. I think now I've got 3 square feet at least, if not more. Again, a deep green bottle, which kind of hides the colour of the whisky inside it. Laphroaig quarter cask revives the Laphroaig quarter cask revives the lost art of using smaller aging barrels to create more intense maturation through greater contact with the oak. As part of the double maturation process, this creates a soft sweetness to perfectly complement Laphroaig's signature peatiness. Interestingly as well, the quarter cask is 48%. Whereas the 10-year-old and the select cask were both 40%. So there's a higher intensity of alcohol. So I guess that, you know, closer to, well, cask strength tends to be well up over 50%, but certainly there's a higher alcohol content. Certainly there's a good pop to the corks with Laphroaig. So there's certainly a sweetness to it, and definitely the peat portion of it is much softer. So yeah. That's very different to the 10-year-old and the select. That's the peatiness is very soft. It kind of blossoms through rather than hitting you as you first taste it. And there's definitely a vanilla sweetness right at the beginning when you first taste it. It's a little bit of spiciness, but not a lot. And that sweetness keeps coming back as you just leave it to linger in your mouth. Quite nice. I would say so far of the Laphroaigs that I've reviewed, this would be my pick. Cheers.